Right, here we are today on the Aire and Calder canal. Now we're here because it's an open match, and next week I think it's feeder national, and then there's a second division national in a couple of weeks. Now I think there's about 40 of us here, something like that, scattered about the Aire and Calder. And today I've drawn Newbridge, and it's called Newbridge because there's a new bridge just for the side of that one. And I've drawn an MPEG. Can you believe that? Eh? Yeah, me drawing an MPEG, whenever you've known that. Very rare, isn't it? So 116 there. There you go, that's my peg number. And we've come into the field. You can park there. Anybody that wants to, all you do is come, that's the Gull Road from Thorn, and you can just park just there and walk down here if you want. And open matches the open field, so you can park just there, which is nice of them. And you can see as you go, I don't want to go too far because there's a boat there, I don't want to, which is very close to me, but it was there when I got here. You can see how far you can go. You've got the wides up there where I think there's a lot of bream, and they all go in that field there, as you can see, park, which is nice. So is it any good? Well, I'm an MPEG, so you've got to fancy it. In fact, I really fancy it. Whether I can win it here or not, I don't know. It's that I'm worried about, how warm it is. It's really warm, and as you know me, I'm fishing for skimmers, so see what happens. So it's I'm trying to be careful not to. There's a boat parked up there, as you can see, so I'm a bit. I don't want to short boat. So basically, a little bit about here. I've only ever drawn this section twice. I drew it at individual national a few years ago, and I was down that end, down there, and it were only 10 pegs in. I drew an MPEG down. This. I've only been on this bit twice and drawn 2 MPEGs, and I think I come fourth at national with 10 kilo. Now there is some skimmers here and bream. Whether they're going to feed or not, I don't know. We'll find out, but I can't grumble at this MPEG. I've got Mark Silman to my left, Tony Howard to his left, and we're all stood together at draw, and we all drew next to each other. So so there's some pounds on today, I'll tell you, and we've had a bit of a laugh. So little for your people that's coming up nationals. It's 30 yard wide here. It's very similar to Gull Locks. I thought it would be a bit wider, but it ain't. And I'm setting 3 lines up today, and I'm going to tell you why. The depth that I want, that is 7 foot, 7 to 8 foot, is 24 metres there. That's the depth. Across again the tins, it's only 5 foot. But because of the sun, and the sun's going that way, there might be some fish again the tins. So I'm going to feed a line again the tins at 30, and then I'm going to fish at 24 metres and see where we go from there. And then I'm going to feed me 12 metre line down here for last off. And that could be really good today. That could be really good today because I'm an MPEG. And because I'm an MPEG, you've got to fancy catching a few. Just hope, I hope, that the weather conditions don't spoil it. So we'll see. I've set 3 rods up, set 2 11-foot all-round marvellous, 4,000 reels, 0.20 nylon, both rods with nylon, and I've got my Extractor Pro 10-foot float rod. All set up. I ain't done my bait yet, but it's only maggots, casters, worms, straightforward, and straightforward as that. Really simple. If you watch my video last few weeks, you'll see what I'm doing. And I've got my worms under there, look, in shade. All my worms under there in shade. That's my ground bait, look, which I've been catching on, which I'm really chuffed about at the moment. And that's about it, really. See if we catch some. I think I might catch some at 20 odd metres, 24 I'm fishing, 24 metres, and then I think I'll catch some on my short line today, last hour, because I've got that much room. I'm pleasure fishing, so, and see how Mark goes on down there. So we'll wait and see. He's got his balls out already, 20 minutes to go, he's keen, so we'll see. See what happens, let you know. knots on the near line. That's my biggest fish, isn't it?
Yeah.
Probably, what's that, 10 ounce, 12 ounce? That's 10 ounce, 12 ounce, something like that. Yeah, that's my biggest fish, that's my 15th fish. And that's on my near line, so hopefully we'll move on to that. Into that one. Oh, Paul. Have they arrived? I believe that. Just resting that line. I've always tell people the first cast. The first cast is so important. I bet that one's in a minute. £2 that one. Just gorgeous job, I know. That one's in a minute, was it?
No.
Yeah. What was it? You cut Robbie.
How long had it been rested for, Tommy?
15 minutes. been on my fire line, and I entered a fish, and I thought it didn't seem right, like it'd gone. And the whole match I thought, today this seems right because it's deeper. And first cast, and a minute, £2. So what's that tell us? 19 fish. What's that put me on now, do you think? £8?
Yeah, just over with that
Just
one.
over. Very kind. But this is time of day now where this short line, if you're going to catch, this is time you've got to build it up. Because when them big ones move into feed, they'll be on what you know, we call it the pole line, but it's just an under an arm up feeder. And that's what happens. So all I do is I've been having 3 or 4 casts on my fire line, 4 or 5 casts on here, catch 2 or 3 fish, and it seems to go quiet. So what I'm trying to do is balance it out. That's an indication again there. You know, but if you're going to get a weight, you'll catch them on this line normally, because the bigger fish like that £2-pounder. You know, although I've had 19 fish, I've probably had 7 on this line, but most of my weight. And if they come on this line, you can get a daft weight really, because they're usually better fish. I'm getting indications, see now, tips, getting little indications on tip. The thing is, when you get them big ones, you don't miss them, they're just like rod gulls. And that's one of the reasons why I use nylon and not braid. I just think when you're getting good pulls, you don't need braid. A lot of people only use braid. I'm getting little taps and little pulls. I'm happy. I'm happy just to sit there and be patient, because the little taps and little pulls tells me when my ground bait's the right ground bait. Because I think they're coming to feeder, they're coming to it, and if the ground bait's not right, you don't get them little indications, little taps, and you just want them to feed on your bait. I think that was Tommy that. Not a little fish there. I can't believe that. All that time, an hour and a half, I've not had a bite, apart from 2 right liquids. And it's just gone round out of blue. It's a proper hook. £3 of that, mate. Isn't it?
Mm.
It's £3. £3.5 that. Now, that's my first bite in an hour and a half. It tells you there, and I just think it's that warm. They're not fed, but they're there. And that's probably £11 now. Right, we need another couple. Oh, 25 minutes. In fact, I'm getting no no liners. Tells me, well, they're big and they and the what. So it was worth waiting for, really. Well, just got back and we waited for the results, to be honest with you. So first of all, I hope you enjoy them little videos that we keep doing. Just we're experimenting a bit at the moment, me and Mark, and experimenting with a few things. Anyway, I've had 23 fish, 23 skimmers and some tommies and perch, and I weigh 5 kilo 550. Tony Howard, 2 pegs down, won the match with 9 kilos on the pole. Skimmers on the pole. I had to give him £1. Not happy about that. But anyway, he's won match, which means I won section by default. So I've had 5 kilo 550. Strange match really, because I fed the 2 feeder lines, one at like 12 metres and one 24 metres, I think it was. I didn't get a bite for 2 casts, then I got a couple of skimmers, lost a couple. And then I started catching little skimmers, 3 and 4 ounce fish, and couldn't get a bonus fish. And I think I had about 15 or 16. I'm thinking, I've got £4. And then it went a bit quiet, and then I chucked on my inside line, on my 12 metre line, got 2 little skimmers, and then I got one £1, then I got one £2. And I looked at it, and there's 2 hours to go, and I've got 20 fish. And I thought, oh, I'm gonna my best hour to come now, really. Last 2 hours, never had. In the last hour and a half, then I had 2 2-ounce skimmers. And then with half an hour to go on inside line, it's gone around. I've had one £3, and I couldn't catch hotels. So 2 of my best hours, I couldn't catch anything. Why? I don't know. In all fairness, I don't know what happened. I know the couple in the boat went for a walk. They come back. Whether that's to it, I don't really know. I don't think it was that. To be fair, it was just weird. When I spoke to other fishermen after, they said that their worst hour last hour, and I think it's because the canal backing up. And over all the years I've been fishing it, when it backs up, it's not always best time. It's not always great when it backs up. So I just couldn't get any indications. And when the fish were there, when I was catching them at first 3 hours, I was getting ding, ding. All my tip were like that all the time. It were dinking all the time. So I was getting liners and indications. But anyway, so I put like £12 on scales anyway. And it was just strange. I couldn't catch. It lasts. I saw a bit, anyway, it's what it is, just one of them things. So anyway, I've got a bit of Chinese money, so we've had, I think I've got a bit to come, like, mind you, I might not get it yet because Tony's got it, so he went and picked it up. So, but Tony's had 9 kilos, he had £20, and he's caught him up pole over the mix that I used as well. So he used the same mix as me for skimmers, and but he's caught him on his pole line, and I get that today. I get that because it just felt, because it was warm and calm and everything, it just felt like it was going to be a pole day. Now the strange thing is, one of the best canal anglers we've got in this area, Mark Silverman, were in between us, and he's more or less fished for roach, couldn't catch any roach. So that says a lot. If he didn't, trust me, if he don't catch any roach, there's none there. So yeah, so I'm not disappointed. I'd have liked a couple more last hour, but that's about it really. But anyway, I'm going to keep going because I've right enjoyed it. Format, I've been on there 4 times. I've enjoyed it every week. So we'll be back there next Sunday and see what happens. But thanks to Mark again for coming down and putting drone up in air and taking a few videos. A bit different, we're experimenting at the moment, so don't be criticising us too much. But we're just getting angry at it, but I can see quite a lot of videos coming up, to be honest with you. So let's see what happens.